if I run and if I win, we will treat those people from January 6th fairly. We will treat them fairly. And if it requires pardons, we will give them pardons.
I don't want to do anything from raising bail to pardoning people who take the law in their own hands, because it will make more violence more likely. I want to deter people who did what on January the 6th, and those who did it, I hope they go to jail and get the book thrown at them, because they deserve it.
Lindsey Graham has criticized Trump. Lindsey Graham, the friend of the former president, has criticized Trump for these statements. This is what Trump says about the South Carolina senator.
Lindsey Graham's wrong. I mean, Lindsey's a nice guy, but he's a rhino. What they've done to these, and in many cases, patriots, they're soldiers, they're policemen, what they've done to them compared to what they've done to the other side, you know, you have to have equal justice, and this isn't equal. No. So I would absolutely be prepared, and Lindsey Graham doesn't know what the hell he's talking about.
So the guy who goes to golf with him whenever he can, who sticks up for him whenever he can, now Lindsey Graham is a Republican in name only.
Yeah, I mean, whatever, shrug emoji. I mean, there's no loyalty here for when it comes to Trump. Lindsey Graham, as you know, is still widely considered to be one of Trump's closest allies. And he was just thrown under the bus. This is the same Lindsey Graham who, shortly after January 6th, said, you know what, I'm done. And then proceeded to go to Mar-a-Lago to pay his respects to the former president. So, you know, I don't really know what the game is here for Graham. The reality is that Trump is making the choice very clear for Republicans. They either support him and the coup attempt, or they don't. And if you are on the wrong side of that for Trump, you are a rhino. There's no middle ground here. There's no placating him here. He wants people who back him to also back the insurrection attempt, to also back the coup attempt. And if you try to, push back against the coup, then you are pushed out of the Republican Party. And I think that's what you're seeing here with Graham. It's what you're seeing with Adam Kinzinger in the House and Liz Cheney in the House. There is no middle ground. There is no threading of this needle when it comes to Trump and what he attempted to do and what he's been clear he was willing to do again if he should be in another position to try to overturn the results of a free and fair election.
Will they ever learn is a theme that comes up when you have Republicans in their relationship with Donald J. Trump, including Senator Lindsey Graham, who back when in the 2016 primaries called Trump a cancer, said he would be horrible for the Republican Party. Then he became a Trump sycophant. But now Lindsey Graham, rightly so, says he does not believe any future president, whether it's Donald J. Trump or anybody else, should pardon those convicted in the insurrection. I defy anybody out there with logic, eyes, and video to tell me who else was to blame on January 6th. But back to the Lindsey Graham point, I mean, again, will they ever learn?
It's hard to see that. And what's so interesting about Lindsey Graham, too, is that he has continued to be a Trump ally since the former president left office and moved down to Florida. He continues to talk with him. He visits him. He is still known as a Trump ally and kind of his conduit back to the broader Republican Party. But just Donald Trump's reaction to that, for Lindsey Graham saying, no, pardons are not a good idea for those involved in the January 6th insurrection, that got him on the outs with Trump just like that in one snap. And that just shows you how much Donald Trump just commands loyalty when all the facts point otherwise in the Republican Party. And it's just really, and as he continues to, gain control and remain popular in the party, and as we get closer to 2024, it is really interesting to see how many Republicans will continue to stay with him.